Hi and welcome along to Keep On Growing with Trevor and Nick. Today we're going to enter into the exciting part of the gardening. It's all there is to know about seeds. What's on your seed packet? What does it say? Do you understand it? All that is coming up after this. Well, hi and welcome back to Trevor and Nick with, of course, Keep On Growing. Now, seeds are used a lot at this time of year. It's the exciting part, as I said earlier, about seeds, and over the next few months we'll be sowing lots and lots of them. But what is on the seed packet? How do you know that you are doing the right thing? Well, quite simply, we've got a selection of seeds here, and let's have a look. We have Johnson's, and all the information that they give you is all on the back. We've got another company that we use quite often, Verve. Yet again, information on the back. Then of course you've got Fothergill's. Now, Fothergill's give you lots of information on the back. And another Fothergill there, information on the back. Yes, the same thing. But something that I use quite a lot is Thomas Morgan. Now, there is also a company called Simply Seeds. We've used them quite a few times on and off over the years, and no information on the back. You get basic information on the front, but if you need to find out more about the information that you need, just Google it. You go onto Google, go onto Simply Seeds website, and they will have all the information, the same as all those other packets. All the information is there for you to take note of and use as part of growing your seeds. So let's take a quick look at this one. Now, this is the Fothergill's sunflowers, giant sunflowers. The information that's on the back is like really helpful. We'll take a closer look at that in a while, but it gives you when to sow outdoors, when to sow indoors, all sorts, when it's going to flower, when you need to plant it out, the height of it, the width of it, how many seeds are actually in the packet. Well, there's 75, so we now know that this packet should give us 75 sunflowers. All that information is there for you to find out. Read it up, and that will show you how to sow your seeds. Let's pop into the greenhouse where it's not as windy, and we will have a closer look at what's actually on the back of these packets. Underneath there you have the time of flowering, when to sow it, when to sow outdoors, when to plant it out, when the flowers are going. It's all colour coordinated, so you're able to see what it is. You can then see the height of it, the width of it, so you know where you're going to plant it and will it fit. And then a little bit further down, sowing outdoors, sowing indoors, and of course, is it edible? Yes or no? Well, a bit obvious, but never mind. That will work. And let's see what we've got now. Right, so it says sow outdoors where they are to flower. So basically you plant your seed where it's due to flower, or you can plant these into a big pot in your greenhouse and then transplant them later, but it is easier to just plant them outdoors where they're out of flower. Plant them 1/2 inch deep and directly into a fine prepared soil which has been already watered. So 2 seeds together every 18 inches. Seedlings usually appear within 14 to 21 days. So that's quite straightforward. If you're going to sow them indoors, you need to sow them about 1/2 inch deep, that's 1.5 centimetres, and you plant them into individual pots, as I said earlier, with some compost, well watered. Keep them in a cold frame or greenhouse. Gradually accustom the plants to the outside conditions, avoiding the frosts, before planting out 18 inches, 45 centimetres apart. All quite straightforward. This plant is going to grow to 180 centimetres, which is roughly 6 foot, and it's going to take up around about 60 centimetres, which is a 2 foot wide. So you have to make sure that in your garden planning you have got enough room for these. And the same goes with any of the seeds that we use. This one, the Verve, has a lot of information on the back as well. When to sow, when to plant out, when it flowers. Sow the seeds outdoors 1/2 centimetre deep in well-drained soil in a sunny spot where the flowers are required. Seedlings will appear after 14 to 21 days. Straightforward. The height of it will be about 40 to 50 centimetres, and you leave about 15 centimetres between each plant when you're sowing. So that's quite straightforward. Need any more information? That's what the internet is for. Now this, we've never planted this before, and we're going to have a play with it this year. As ever with all packets of seeds, they have the best before date, or should I say the sow by date. You don't have to stick with a sow by date. It's advisable because if you, like this says December 2029. So if you sow this between now and December 2029, you will get a good crop, as Johnsons say. If you were to sow this in your greenhouse December 2030, then this is where your problems could start, because you're not going to get as many plants germinating, really down to the fact that they're out of date. You will get some, but not as many, so then you'll have to sow more seeds from this packet, and the further you are away from the December 2029, the more of this packet you will have to sow. It will get to a point where 3 years down the line, you can give it a go, but you'll probably get about 2 or 3 seeds that will actually germinate, the rest won't. So that is something that you have to get into your planning. Now, planning your garden starts around about November. We'll go more into that in another video, but it is a case of working out what you've got, what you want to go in, and how much room is it going to take. This particular packet for the gills, oh so simple, perfect for beginners. So this one is going to be easy, isn't it? Because it's easy for beginners. It's a hardy annual. It can be sown where it is to flower. It's easy to grow. The dwarf plants, so they won't be too big, with usual markings for this particular flower. Outdoor sowing, March to May. Flowers June, July, August, September, October. You can also sow them August, September, October, and they'll be ready for the next year's growth. Hence the fact it is a hardy annual, because you can sow it, it's hardy over the winter, and then it will germinate and grow along within 14-28 days. You sow them thinly, and when it says sow thinly, try to sow them sort of like that far apart if you're doing them in seed trays or whatever, or you put one in each cell if you've got those little cells like we use. You put one in each cell. The reason for that is you can get root bound within a big tray, and that tray then is really difficult, and you probably will use a lot of rude words trying to get your seedlings out, because the roots do that, and then you're trying to separate them. You will damage some, so you have to be very, very careful. Doing them in little individual cells, it takes up a lot of room, but if you do it that way, you know that when you're coming to potting on, you've got no worries, because you're just taking one little plug plant and potting it in your flower pot. Job done. It's down to the old Cub Scout motto: be prepared. Get your cells ready, get your seed trays ready, whatever you're using, get your compost made. You can follow the link at the bottom of this video and it will show you how to make seed compost the way we do it, so you shouldn't have any questions really. But be prepared, get everything ready before you start sowing your seeds. That's really important. Don't be running around trying to find things whilst you've got your seeds out and everything. So be prepared when you keep on growing. We've been asked a few times, where do we get our seeds? We buy them all over the place, really. You can get them in supermarkets, you can get them in garden centres, you can go online to places, well, online shopping. I won't advertise the big A. Well, I should do really, but they don't send me anything for free, so I won't. What we have is really just a case of, these are online. Simply Seeds is an online company. They have all the information online, as well as some on the packets themselves. All the other things like these, you buy them in supermarkets, garden centres, anything you want. I would say keep a diary so that you know when you bought it, where you bought it from, what happened when you sowed the seed, and did it fail or was it good? That way you are then in a position where you know which company are selling you the correct seeds. Going back to the date, when you buy them, check the date on the bottom there, because it is important that you buy things within date. At least then you've got a starting chance of making sure that they do grow. Well, thank you for watching this video. What I would say is, please press like, thumbs up, write your comments, ask the questions in the comments section, and click on subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us, because we then know that you are being given the information that you want to have. So like, comments, subscribe. Straightforward. If you've got any questions at all, just ask and we're here. We've got a lot of seedlings on the go at the moment, because we've been sowing over the last few weeks. Now start your planning on sowing your seeds and you'll be there as well. So in the meantime, as ever, from Trevor and myself, thank you very much for watching, and keep on growing.